Hello everyone on the interwebs, my name is BratOK, and today we are going to be watching a Starcraft 2 Heart of the Storm replay with some 1v1 action. And this time it's going to be between our blue Terran in the bottom left corner of the map playing for Team Empire. It is going to be BratOK, or BratOK. I'm going to call him BratOK, it's a bit easier to say. Versus our red Terran in the upper right corner of the map playing for Team Mouse Sports. It is going to be Mana. Now they're both really good players, Mana and BratOK, so we could probably expect quite a good game, especially with this map. This map is really good for Terran versus Protoss, and I think it actually kind of favors the Protoss because the mobility of the Protoss army with Colossi and all that is a bit easier than mobility of BratOK's or Terran army. And this map just favors that mobility by just having quite a couple of attack paths. I have to remember to just put this on busy. That is a shame though. But here we go. Wow, we're seeing already BratOK going for the barracks, but not blocking the entrance off. What is this? He is not blocking off. And Mana is scouting. Is there a bunker? That's what he was actually scouting for. But he sees nope, no bunker. So he's gonna check. Wow, is there a bunker here? He's kind of just wasting time with this pro. He just wants to be sure that BratOK does not do anything shifty whatsoever. Now, that's not gonna happen. Now here we go. The scouting. SCV going straight for the main, or is he going to take a bit of a change in paths? I don't even see where it is going, but it seems to be going a bit down here. Will they will meet. They actually met, but they didn't do a lot about it. They didn't do damage to the units, to the other, or anything. Wow, an expansion already here for Mana. Bit of an early expansion compared to the normal. Even Zergs, who kind of want to be a bit more aggressive, but just a teeny bit, don't do the expansion this quick. So here we go. We'll actually have to see what Mana is going to bring over in this game. Now here we go. The cybernetics core and the first gas are completing. Second gas is being made. That gas is being picked up really nicely here for Mana. And with BratOK, he's just seeing everything, and that's going to be a huge advantage. He wants that information early on gas timing, on building time, on expansion timing, on everything. Even chrono boosting, where he wastes or he uses a chrono boost, which he just did with the pro over here. So that's just a lot of information that BratOK can just take and use to his advantage. While Mana not getting that much at all. All he saw was the expansion, but that was it. And the third command center already being made here for BratOK. So he's just going to start saturating really quickly on the two bases, and once that's done, he's just going to lift this up. Oh, you can also get the triple mule, and that's awesome for saturating on two base. That's still pretty good. But he can just get this into an orbital command, saturate on both bases, and when that's done, he lifts up and he just goes over here or over here, depending on where he wants to go. And then you just have a really nice economy. But Mana does have the chrono boost to his advantage, and supply actually. Now he actually has supply at his advantage, but that's mainly because BratOK, he is not producing off them barracks. He has one barracks, sometimes producing marines, but he's got three bases here, making SCVs. He has to use a lot of money here on the command centers and the barracks. So it is really expectable that we are not actually seeing supply here from BratOK. But what is this? A Stargate, kind of a hidden Stargate here for Mana. But could we be seeing, what will we see? I think we're gonna see some Oracle play, which could do potential catastrophic damage. They're really good against Marines, depending on the amount of Marines that there are and the amount of Oracles that there are. But they do a lot of damage to the SCVs really nicely. They can just destroy a mineral line like this with all these little guys with the jetpacks in their backs, and they're not flying at all. You can even see the shadow on their feet. But they're just flying here, and they might just get killed by the Oracle. And here we go. The Oracle is being made and chrono boosted out. Will he actually wait for 2 before he attacks? I am not sure. But I am sure that BratOK does not no anything is happening because Mana just has total map control. Look at this. He has this watchtower locked and loaded, and he has this watchtower locked and loaded. And that what that means is any attack paths, or there are pretty much 3 attack paths. So this attack path is covered by this watchtower and this because he has to leave. You know, he could just go around. This attack path is covered by this guy, and this attack path is covered by both of them watchtowers. Now the Oracle is about to meet these Marines. That's not going to be good. Is he actually able to kill him? I'm not even sure if one Oracle can kill 5 Marines, but yes, it can. Now he's going straight for the SCVs. No, he's actually going for the Marines. He has to go for the Marines. No, he actually has to run away now. So one Oracle, he just did 1 Stargate and 1 Oracle. That is a huge tech switch, and that could be really, really bad for him. But 1 Oracle and 1 Stargate that was just built for this. For 5 Marine kills. That's all it was used. That's still pretty good. 250 minerals. That's nice. It doesn't really cover the price of the Oracle plus the price of the Stargate itself, but it starts to kind of even things out. He's just waiting for a bit more energy to do the ability, which he actually can, but he needs to wait a while before he has a bit more to actually do the damage he wants. He needs to be careful with the turret and the bunker. So now he is just protected. He's just taking care of anti-harassment with a turret on each mineral line, and of course the bunker in the front, so he needs to be careful with that as well. Now there's a lot of buildings here, a lot of barracks here for BratOK. He's just going for a bit more of a bio style play, maybe even with a couple of Widow Mines. We're not actually seeing a lot of army from BratOK. He just has a couple Marines and 1 Marauder, but that is it. But he's now producing a lot more at a time. So we should see a rapid growth of army here from our Terran player. But looking at Mana's side of things, he's getting his first Colossus and a couple more gateways. Of course, he just wants to get those units out as much as he can, well, as efficiently as he can. This observer is seeing these Marines. Does he actually think there's going to be an attack? That could actually be possible. An attacker from BratOK. It would be about time. He actually managed to run away with the Stalker in time, so he didn't lose that. But these Marines and these 2 Marauders, they're gonna prove to be a bit troublesome until Mana gets his first Colossus, which he doesn't have one yet, and he mostly has sentries. That's not gonna be good for our Protoss player, because sentries don't do anything versus Marines. They don't actually do any damage whatsoever. They are just pretty much a caster and support type of unit. He just wants them for the force fields, for the Guardian shields. Maybe even a couple of hallucinations could be nice for Colossus to actually just, what's that? Kind of just spook BratOK a bit. 2 medevacs are just flying around. Yeah, because the whole army is actually okay. There I see. The medevacs were just flying around, but that's because the other units were also going over here. Because of this Oracle that did it do actually a bit of damage. It actually killed a couple of SCVs, I think, or Marines maybe. No SCVs. Mana, despite this text switch, he still managed to do a bit of damage. With just 1 Stargate and 1 Oracle, he managed to kill 8 units, and 5. I know that 5 of them were Marines. So he killed 3 SCVs, and then he just killed a couple more over here. So that's still quite some nice damage. I think it's starting to pay off, but here we go. He is just going everywhere. Mana is just going for everything at the same time. Every tech. All we're missing here is Dark Templars. Am I speaking too soon, or will there actually be Dark Templars? Not sure, but we are seeing some Templar archives, so we're definitely going to see some DTs. At the same time, he's getting +2 attack and defense here for his units, for his ground units, while, look at this, using the Oracle. That's pretty smart. Using the Oracle to just use, which one is it? The Revelation here on top of his army, so you can see exactly where it is going. Is it going to attack? Where it is going to attack? So that's huge. That is huge. That's a huge advantage that Mana just got there, because he knows where to position his army for everything. I'm not sure how much longer it's take. He's even going to see this drop, which is amazing. He just needs 1 Templar and feedback. Oh my! How much medevac? 1 HP, and the medevac almost died. Oh my goodness, that was so lucky here for BratOK. The medevac only has 1 HP. If the medevac had 1 more energy, just one more point of energy, then that drop would have failed completely. But because it didn't have more energy, now the Marines can just wreak havoc, and he is forcing him to do photon overcharge and lose a couple of probes in the process. But here we go, a lot of Zealots here being warped in. Archons here were merged from the High Templars. Overall, Mana just fought off this attack really nicely, getting the +3 attack and defense here for the rest of the army. The Marine could just try and snipe this High Templar. Just had a really low energy, well, really low health and energy as well. So it could have been kind of a catastrophic damage. Look at this, 50 minerals, 150 gas, and the army here for Mana is just starting to progress forward. I'm not sure if this is the right decision, because even though he has quite the bigger army, but BratOK has the defender's advantage, but he does have the upgrade advantage, so I'm not sure. The Zealots could do a lot of damage here, and this could be it here for BratOK. The force fields just, I think they actually benefited, I think they were kind of better for BratOK than Mana, because most of the army here from Mana is Zealots, it's melee. While most of BratOK's army, well, now I see it, Terran doesn't actually have any melee units. So BratOK's army is range, which means the force fields, he can still do damage while Mana cannot with the Zealots. And this command center could die if he doesn't repair it, but it looks like he should be able to repair it soon, maybe even with a mule or things like that. But he is just sending one SCV to repair. I think no, he's actually going for the minerals. Well, he actually repaired this. Oh yes, he did. Yes, he is. He's actually repairing it right now. Okay, here we go. Now the army for Mana. Now it is starting to grow at a colossal rate. Speaking of such, the Colossus is about to come out. Did it chrono boost it? I think it chrono boosted it in a while. Here we go. The double drop here happening with the Bio, the Mirage, and the Marines. Here, just doing a bit of damage. But the Storm here was really good. Caught a lot of the units here for BratOK, but they didn't kill them, so they can just regen some health. A couple more Zealots here being made. The position here is just wrong with the mineral patches because the Zealots are not attacking. They're being kited around. That's not good. And on the other hand, here we go. The attacker from Mana. The Zealots getting trapped in Mana's force field. That's not good. And the Storms are kind of getting some Zealots here from Mana. Most of the army for BratOK is just coming down. And the 3-3 upgrades here for the Protoss are about done. While Terran only has 2-2 upgrades. I think that BratOK is going to have a lot of trouble defending this, and there we go, GG! BratOK lost that game and Mana won it, mostly because of the army, really. Mana went for the Colossus, he went for the Oracle Harassment, which still did a bit of damage to BratOK. Let me actually see how many kills that has. Well, it's not alive, but 27 workers killed here for Mana. That is still pretty awesome, especially with this Zealot. Well, this Zealot run by did a bit of damage, but still, it was just Archons, like Templars and Colossus that just BratOK could not defend and just decided the tech for everything, and he just couldn't. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next